Hi, everyone. If we haven't met, I'm Sabine.
And I'm Savani.
And this is Behind the Byline, but it's a special edition. We are celebrating 100,000 Hidden Compass readers this summer with a legacy issue. We're republishing 10 of our stories from around the globe, across our departments, and over the 6 years we've been publishing. And one of those stories is by conflict photojournalist and dog musher, Edmée van Rijn. Welcome, Edmée.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me and for selecting me for the legacy issue.
We're so excited to talk to you about this piece again. It's a piece that we've loved since we published it. And just for the folks who are watching, Edmée's piece, Into the Whirlwind, was published as a photo feature in our Human and Nature department in our summer 2021 issue. In the story, Edmée plunges us into the extreme environments of both her work as a conflict photojournalist in the Middle East and a dog musher in the Arctic. Edmée, what first inspired you to write and photograph this story?
Well, when I was talking to people what I do in my free time, people were always very amazed and had no idea what dog mushing was, and everybody wanted to know more. And then I was like, maybe I should write an article about it because everybody finds it so inspiring and find it very interesting. And I thought maybe I should share this with more people. And then combined with the work I do makes it, I think, more special to see the big contrast between what I do as work, as professional, but also what I do in my free time as a dog musher.
It is a fascinating combination and perhaps quite a unique combination to see in a story. We had our reasons for picking this piece for our legacy issue, but I want to get a sense of why you, Edmée, think that spotlighting a piece like this would be important.
I think this piece gives an insight about the background of journalists, how journalists experience things themselves, what you not always see in the reports. I'm always behind the camera, so I never get to speak out for whatever I see. And in this piece, I got to share what I experienced during my work, but also how I actively choose to take the time to reflect and process everything I experience, which I think is very important, not only for my own mental health, but also to be able to give it all again for the new stories I have to tell.
We published this story in 2021. We're a couple years into it now. And how does this story resonate with you a few years later, a couple years later? We know, for instance, that in the last several weeks, you've both been dog mushing and you've also been in Tunisia reporting on a story. So what does this piece mean to you now? How does it resonate with you now?
I think it still resonates a lot with me. Back in the time when I wrote this piece, I just had quit my job and started freelancing. So I still had to search in my freelancing life and how that would develop or not. Thankfully, that developed very well. But that also gave me a chance to plan more free time for myself. So I can plan when I can go to Norway and when not. So for example, I went last 2 weeks ago, I was in Norway and I went dog mushing, and especially this time of the year, it's very beautiful out there. Snow conditions are perfect, sun is out, so you can go off trail into the mountains, which is super, super beautiful. But I was called back to work again, so I flew from Norway to Tunisia to report about the migrants issue, mainly migrants from sub-Saharan Africa who try to cross to Europe, and report about that story. So I still go back and forward between the Middle East and Norway, between very tragic stories and finding my peace with the dogs in the snow.
Well, good for you for searching for that balance, and thank you for the work that you do, Edmée. It's really powerful, and it was such a pleasure to publish this story. We say that Hidden Compass has this voice of cinematic journalism, and it's so true of your piece, where you really bring us into, as Savani said at the beginning, these extreme environments. And so for those who didn't have the pleasure of reading the story and seeing the images, you should definitely check it out. And even those who did, I think that, coming back years later to a story, you can really see new things. So definitely check out the story. We are relaunching patronage campaigns with our legacy issue. So if you didn't have the chance to support our partnership with Edmée, or if you want to continue supporting it, please contribute. And thank you so much for everyone who has supported us so far and gotten us to 100,000 readers. It's a wonderful milestone. And thank you, Edmée, for this piece and for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Bye, everyone. See you next time.